senator from New York, the first senator ever on the Armed Services Committee, 9/11 happens. She goes to the president and says, we need $20 billion. And a lot of Republican congressmen didn't want to do it. And she said, we need it for the people, not just the buildings. We're hurting, and we're going to have people sick a long time who work down there trying to save lives. And President Bush gave her his word, and he kept it. And she became the de facto economic development officer outside New York City, because until Governor Cuomo took office, our previous governors weren't interested in that. So when she ran for re-election as a senator, the head of the Farm Bureau on Long Island endorsed her. And they're all small farmers. They do fruits and vegetables and grains. And the press said, I thought you were a Republican. The guy said, I am. He said, well, how can you be for her? He said, you know, a lot of politicians talk. She is the only person who has ever actually done anything to help the farmers of this state. And that's for her. She worked with John McCain to make sure these people coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan with traumatic brain injury or post-traumatic stress syndrome were cared for as well as they could. She worked with Lindsey Graham to make sure that people who fought in the National Guard or Reserves when they came home got the same health care regular veterans got. She was always making something good happen with people you wouldn't think she could get to work with her. Then she becomes Secretary of State, and she negotiates these Iran sanctions and get the Chinese and the Russians to join. I didn't think she could do that. And even the Republicans who don't like the deal like the sanctions. She made a deal with President Putin's Russia that reduces the risk of accidental or intentional nuclear war. To get it passed, she had to get 67 votes in the Senate. It's a lot of Republicans. She got them. I could go through example after example after example. And she did it while telling people the truth, which is that if you want to keep America safe, do we need a strong military? Yes, but no more land wars in the Middle East. Send in the special forces to help people who are willing to fight and die for their own future and their own kids' future, which is what we're trying to do in ISIS land. We need a strong diplomacy, and she's shown that. But we also got to recognize we're living in a world where we can't kill, tell, or occupy. Everybody might be against us. And no matter how many walls you build around America, they can't wall out the social media. And we are fighting this battle for the future inside the brains of more than 1 billion people. So she has been the most outspoken person in saying it is nuts to demonize our fellow Americans who are Muslims because of their faith. We need them to help us beat the terrorists over social media. We've got to do this together. And so that's my case for her. You know, I haven't been in any political office in a long time, but I spent a lot of time trying to create jobs, just like I did when I was president. And I went to the public employee unions a few years ago. And I said, you know, all of you have pension plans that are in good shape. Take some of the money away from those hedge fund guys and invest it in an infrastructure fund and hire private sector union workers, construction workers to remodel houses, build new houses, do efficiency work that will reduce our electric bills and improve our economy. And they did it. They have now allocated $16 billion. It's the largest private infrastructure fund in America. They spent less than half of it and already created over 60,000 jobs. Now, why am I telling you this? I know you think you can discount what I'm saying because we've been married for 40 years. But I am telling you, she is the best single change maker I've ever known. And we got to grow together. We haven't had a chance to grow together since the crash. We haven't really had a chance to grow together since the day I left office and we went back to trickle-down economics. We can all rise together, but we need more jobs, rising incomes. We need to tear down the barriers to everybody participating, and we need to be as safe as we can in a world that is pretty wacky. And so we don't need somebody that doesn't have a clue about what to do. And we have got to have a strong defense, a strong diplomacy, and build a world with more partners and fewer terrorists. And I'm telling you, she can do it. Will you help her win here? stay with